A good portfolio is crucial to having a great career in the design industry. This is so important because it's a chance to display your work, it's a chance for you to get a new client, it's your chance to really jump into that next career move. Either way, you really want to have an established place that people can easily see your process as well as seeing the great work you've already completed. I am a graphic designer. I work full-time at a creative agency. I also do freelancing projects on the side, and I've also worked at an advertising agency. I've worked in-house, and I went to 4 years of design school. So I've had quite a bit of experience that has helped me really understand what to put inside my portfolio. So I'm going to share anything that can revolve around in any of those different areas if you're looking to make a different career move, or if you're looking to start off your portfolio, or if you really just need to make adjustments. I'm here to help. So let's get into it. Since you're a designer, the first step is you want to have a consistent look that you're going to have throughout your portfolio site. This was extremely important as I was making the jump into having freelance projects because I wanted to display myself as a brand, but it really is important even if you're just looking for that design job. Starting by creating a different mood board that you can have consistent colors, type choices, different options, and the different consistency that you can see displayed throughout the site is very important. I have a video all about creating mood boards if you're interested in learning how to do that, but you can even go beyond having a mood board. So creating a logo for yourself is awesome, and then you can of course have that on your site displayed, and then creating different brand marks. In addition to that, also doing a complete style guide is awesome, and just having a cohesive look that you can create whatever is necessary for your site. This is just so great because you can continue to use this if you decide to have a presence in other areas such as Instagram or Pinterest or YouTube, and you can carry out that brand throughout there. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a secret about being a designer. You don't have to know how to code, which is something I didn't know in college. In college, we had to take classes how we learned how to code, but it's really great to, of course, know how to do a little bit of the language, but there's so many great hosting site platforms out there that it's not super necessary. A lot of times designers are just simply designers, and then there's just simply back-end coders. So it's okay when you're thinking about creating a portfolio and you're worried you're gonna have to be coding. I'm gonna share a few different hosting platforms that I've used personally, or I know other designers use, that you can display your work on. So beginning, Squarespace is awesome. They have really great marketing, so I'm absolutely sure you've heard of them definitely before, but they are great for a few different reasons. So they're great if you decide you want to start selling your own products on your site. They're awesome for having that ability. They're also just really great to work with because they allow you to create different sizes for your site and really helps create a smart way to collapse it in various sizes. And then they just have really great themes to work with. A lot of times you do need to know a little bit of coding to add in those different add-ons to your site and make it a bit more customized. But in general, you can create a cohesive look and a standout portfolio by just using a regular theme. Another great hosting platform is Showit. Showit is kind of new to the game, but it's been awesome for creatives. There's a lot of photographers, videographers, designers on Showit, and they really market themselves to be similar to using Adobe Illustrator, which is great for us graphic designers to already know something familiar and be able to jump in with using the same type of style for formatting. They're great for if you're gonna have a blog on your site. So maybe you wanna add design tips and tricks, and having a blog is really great because it's a great option for a search engine and a great way for people to find you. So maybe if you are a freelancer, this is something you're gonna introduce. But even if you're not, Showit is really great at making a beautiful site without having to code it all yourself. The last hosting platform I'm going to talk about is Wix. So Wix is a love it and hate it website platform. I have used it personally, and the thing about Wix is you can tell sometimes when someone uses a Wix site, but they are so easy to use. If you're just starting out, Wix is really great. And it's just great to customize your everything, and you can have different plugins. It doesn't require basically any coding add-on, which is awesome. But there are some aspects that make it difficult. Sometimes the mobile isn't looking right, or if it's on an iPad, it's not looking right. And those can be very difficult to fix on Wix. But they also have a great price for their site as well. They're always running specials, so you can get a really great deal. Lastly, no matter which hosting platform you're on, I really recommend getting a domain. A lot of the hosting platforms will just help you with buying a domain for your site, but it really just brings that level of sophistication and professionalism to your website. Even if you're just looking for a job in the meantime, you could always just have your domain be month to month and then switch it out for your hosting platform and have that .wix.com added at the end when you're not active looking for a job. But having a domain when you are really shows a sophistication, and if you're a freelance, you absolutely need to have a domain. A lot of times when we're thinking about getting a portfolio set up or a website set up, we just want to dive right in and start getting on those different hosting platforms, which is great to learn your capabilities and what you can do and get familiar with it. But you also really need to take the time to plan out your site. I like to create a general site map at least, so that I know what different types of platforms or pages I'm going to have on my site, what's going to be on my nav bar, what content is going to be where. And then I also like to dive a little bit deeper and create wireframes. These are great to really start placing where images could go, what copy can go where, what you're going to have live on which page, and really create a more cohesive look. You can really tell when it is planned out and when it is not planned out on the site. And honestly, just planning it out saves yourself a lot of headaches. And if along the way you have to make adjustments from your wireframe, that's okay. Your wireframe is a starting off point, and it's a great place to learn what you're going to have where again. For creating these site maps and plannings and wireframes, you can just do it by either drawing it out on your notebook with a pen and paper, or you could do it in Illustrator. Either way are really great. You can get as much detailed as you want. Sometimes literally you can just have the wireframe if you want to actually full flush it out and see what it looks like before you go into the website and put everything in. You could do that as well, but it's great to start with the different steps. So I would do site maps, I would do wireframes, and then I would do a more cohesive look of the wireframe. Then it is a great time to start organizing and gathering your content. There's so many different places you get great content for your site. Basically, one I would highly suggest is getting some actual brand photos done of yourself. These are great because people really do want to know that you're a legit person and they are working with someone who is real and not just like a robot or some random person off of Fiverr. One way you can get great photos of yourself if you don't want to work with a photographer is literally just having a tripod. I bought one off of Amazon and it comes with a little clicker so I can take photos of myself sitting down or taking my own content photos of maybe my laptop, my computers, different sketches, different work I've done like business cards or postcards or prints, and putting it on your site is really great to show your work and have more of that realistic photo. Another option to get that more realistic photo is using different mock-ups. These are great because people can really see what you were thinking, what is being laid out. It's also great to really gather your process you went through while doing the project. So I think it's really important. This is something that was preached throughout design school for me, is to show your process because people want to see how you're thinking and not just see the final product. So if you're doing multiple options for someone, like you have 4 different logo options, then you eventually went down one route, share those 4 different ones. Or if you've created that mood board for your project, put it in there too. And then include write-ups too. So this is just a great time to start gathering those. I usually just put them in different folders. Like I have one portfolio folder, then with inside that I have the different content sections. So I'll do maybe my actual work and then I'll have it labeled by project and then I'll start putting in that project in there. And then of course it is great to start sizing your project content. So sizing that imagery and putting it to scale for what you're going to have on your site. Okay, and now we're at the final step, which is uploading and adapting when you need to be. So this is when we're really starting to combine those wireframes, to combine the content you grabbed and put them together and make it a real portfolio. This does take a little bit of work. If you're on a new hosting platform, it takes a little bit to understand what you can do, what your capabilities are, where everything lives, how you can adjust things. but I'm sure you're able to find different videos that could help you ease into this, or different tips and tricks. A lot of these hosting platforms will have blogs that will help you upload it as well. But really, this is just a great time to make it come to life. A portfolio is a lot of work, so do not think that you need to rush and get it done overnight. But if you can have these different steps lead you into creating one cohesive portfolio, then all you're gonna have to do for the future is upload and renew and put new content in when necessary. So that's something that I'm constantly working on, is adding more pieces to my portfolio and creating a better look. I hope this video helped you. I make videos all about design tips and tricks, and I also share a lot of my own personal life from my 9 to 5, like day in the lives, week in the lives, and what my typical day looks like. So if you're interested, please subscribe. Please comment if you have any questions at all. I know that this is much more of a brief overview. If you want me to dive deeper into any of these specific content areas that I was talking about, please let me know. I'm happy to do so, or hop over to Instagram and DM me, and I am more than happy to answer any specific questions. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Take me or leave me. You can still walk away. What if I told you